what's up? It's me, Jake, your friendly neighborhood video YouTube guy, and I'm just here to make a quick video because my life is coming to an end. Just kidding. My life is not coming to an end. Some would say it's just the beginning, but my point is that it's the end of an era, and I'm going to remain vague as possible, but it's the end of an era for me, a very long era, now that I have time to reflect on it, and now that the time has actually come for the change. I've been at it for a while, and I've been struggling for a while, pretty much since the inception of this YouTube channel. Wherever the first video is, that's when the struggle started. Actually, probably even before that, but since the beginning of this channel, I've been a struggler. I've been struggling. And if you go to the first video, one of the first videos where I show you my Uber Eats depression trash pile, that gives a pretty good that sets the theme for the vibe of this particular season in my life, which has been a very long running season, and it's finally coming to an end. So we're at the season finale. This is the season finale, and the seasons of one's life are very important, and they represent milestones, and they represent change, and they represent a lot of things, development, progress. And I feel that way about this season of my life that is coming to an end, that I've learned everything that I could have from my experience in this particular part of my life. And it's time to move on to the next season of my life. And I don't know what that means. I don't think you're supposed to know what it means. I think it's kind of, the mystery is part of the excitement in starting a new chapter of your life, which is what I'm doing. Maybe you're starting a new chapter in your life too. And I'm here to tell you that it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Because stagnation is death. And if you stay in one place too long, or if you stay in one way of living, for too long, you will die. A spiritual death, or maybe a physical one, perhaps both. But my point is that if you're coming to the end of a part of your life and something big is about to change, you should embrace it fully with arms wide open, and you should take advantage of the fact that you are beginning anew. You know, some people would kill or die for the opportunity to start over. And when you start a new season of your life, when one part of your life comes to an end and another life starts, you have a blank slate to start from. You can make of whatever you want in the new era of your life. And you should do that, because if you're like me and a season goes on for too long, which I think is kind of what's been happening here, you're gonna start feeling it, and it's gonna not feel so great, you know, whether it be the stagnation or worse, the digression of your life. Usually the ending of an era marks a need for change, and that's exactly what it is for me. I need a change, and this ending of an era to my life is that change, and I plan on taking advantage of that, and I suggest you do the same if you're starting a new era of your life. If you like where you're at, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. If you like where you're at, then don't start a new season of your life. Don't try and come to the end of an era. Just keep going. But if you're unhappy, if you're unsatisfied, if you feel like you still have longing for something, or you just don't feel like you're at your best, or maybe you just want to switch it up, then I recommend making a decision to change your life, which means the end of an era and the beginning of a new one, which is good for you, for me, for anybody, especially if you found yourself Anyway, I'm kind of repeating myself. So my point is this. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. And that's not what I'm talking about when I say my life is coming to an end. There's other things that are happening. And the timing was just... But it makes sense. You know, the timing was perfect. Just making sure we're still recording here. I'm on low battery. But I'm off the cigs, and part of getting off cigarettes is the decision to stop and choosing your last cigarette and telling yourself, this is actually my last cigarette. And then you have that last cigarette and you really focus on it, and then you never smoke again. Which this all comes from Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking, which is a good book. I recommend you read it. But any change in your life starts with a decision and a choice, and sometimes you have to grow some balls and make some choices for yourself and not just go with the ebb and flow of the universe. Sometimes you gotta push against the world. Sometimes you gotta push against your own life and make choices that are hard in order to make your life better, I guess. So my final message to everybody who's been watching, all my adoring fans, my final message is this. I don't know. This is all improv, so I gotta think of something good. My final message is. My final message is. My final message is. My final message is this. My final message is this, right? There is no shame in not living up to others' expectations, and there's no shame in taking time for yourself. There's no shame in not being as far ahead as other people. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people. You should just do what's right for you, and you know what's right for you. And if you don't know what's right for you, that's a whole, you gotta figure it out. But chances are you do know what's good for you, and you should start making decisions that reflect that. And sometimes that means making big life choices and making big decisions. But you are a big man with big nuts, so you can make those decisions, and whether they work out or not doesn't matter. What matters is that you made a decision to change your life, and change is never a bad thing. Never. The idea that change is bad is an illusion. Change is always a good thing. And if you have the opportunity to change your life, you should take it. If you don't like your life. If you like your life, if you're doing good, then go on, keep living how you've been living. But if you're unhappy with where you're at, make a decision, make a choice to change. Change is a decision. So make the choice to change and change your life. The end. Ugh. Yeah, I'm on the roof. I don't give a fuck.